Hey guys, I think I finally got my stuff figured out today. So, our first class is going to be about grounding. We're going to just use like a cushion or a bolster if you have one. I'm just using a pillow from my couch and then some kind of a strap. So, either a belt or a hand towel. I'm using the tie box for my curtains. So, whatever you have laying around, don't go too far. And yeah, get something comfy and let's get started. So find a comfortable seat on your cushion. We want our hips to be elevated and see if you can really root into the sits bones. Imagine yourself really just driving your energy down into the ground beneath you. As you sit here, gently rock back and forth until you find a neutral position with your spine. Allow your vertebrae to stack one on top of the other. Feel your body sinking down into the floor. As you breathe up through the front of your body, feel your heart and chest expanding as you lift up and find length in the spine. Exhale, let your shoulders drape around the spine. Sink your energy down as you release the muscles to the ground beneath you. Tuning into the spaces where our body meets the earth. Just notice the support of the cushion, your yoga mat, the ground, and more importantly, the earth beneath you. With its limitless capacity to support you, all of its layers of earth, water, fire, all absorbing your energy and giving it back in a healing and nourishing way. So as you breathe, start to visualize your roots sinking down into the ground, firmly connecting you to that source of nourishment. Allow the muscles around the spaces that meet the floor just kind of melt away, sinking down into the ground. As you let go of that control that keeps you lifted and up in our upper chakras, start to use that energy to find length in your spine. So in yoga, we press down or root down to rise up. So as you breathe, feel yourself rising through the front body, lifting the heart. Then as it wraps around the crown of your head at the top of your inhale, exhale, release the shoulders down the spine. Feel the rib cage lifting off of the hips as your hips sink down into the floor. And feel your breath moving in this circular pattern up your front body and then down your back body, radiating as you inhale, releasing as you exhale. Our breath is the most basic connection between our mind and our body, the most basic source of that union we seek in yoga. As you breathe, consider the spaces where your breath connects to the world around you. We realize as we breathe here that we are enveloped with love and energy flowing through us, that the air that blows through the trees, creating that nice little sound of the leaves shaking, is the same air that supports us and nourishes our life force. If you have family with you today, know that we're more than ever exchanging this air between us. And what you breathe in and out does leave a lasting energetic pattern. So making sure we're breathing with compassion, not only for our family members and those we're stuck with these few weeks, but also for ourselves. Breathing in only love and light to our hearts, and breathing out that love and light that is who we are to the rest of the world. So as you focus on your ground, gently draw your breath up into your hips. See if you can loosen and actively release the muscles around your hip sockets. Feel your legs getting heavier into the floor. Consider your pelvis as a flower pot with your spine being the plant growing out of it. We want to contain the water or moisture in that pot by keeping a neutral pelvis, lifting up, and always and forever growing out of it. When you take your next breath in, draw your energy and awareness into your belly. Feel your belly button coming in towards your spine and then lifting up underneath the rib cage, creating that band of energy lifting up through the core. Keep that lift going all the way up through your heart. Feel your clavicles opening around your heart center. Shoulders releasing into the pockets underneath this or behind the heart. And as you breathe up through your throat, start to notice what's going on in your face. Feel your jaw releasing, the spaces in front of your temples spiraling open. Tune your attention to your third eye or the space between your eyebrows. Feel it gently unwind. Allow each wrinkle around your eyes and your smile to broaden and melt down. Notice what length you can bring to the back of your neck as you feel your chin gently tuck and your elbows give way to gravity. Feel your breath stronger, more deliberate, and intentional than ever. We're going to begin to connect breath to movement. You can just trust your body and keep your eyes closed, or you can follow along with me. As you inhale, reach your arms up. Feel your chest expanding, side waist releasing, and as you exhale, allow your hands to just drape down the sides of your body. Feel your spine lengthening as they pass by, grounding down as you complete your exhale. Flow right into the in-breath, expanding, radiating, establishing your space, making a moment where you can just focus on yourself, your breath, your well-being. Breathe in. Imagine that you're clearing the space, creating a place for you to practice with a sacred energy. Focus on healing and grounding. And as we bring our hands to the top this time, press the palms firmly together. Feel that connection, that opening in your shoulders. And as you reach your elbows to the side, lower your hands down to your heart. Notice how it feels to have your hands nestled here in front of your heart center. And as you breathe, notice your heart rate, the quality of your breath. Keep that connection between the hands as you gently bow your head forward. Let the back of your neck be as long as possible here. Resist the urge to hold on to any tension whatsoever in the face and shoulders. So as you sit here, continue to lengthen in the spine, but draw your head energy downward or inward. Take a moment here to just set an intention for your practice. Whatever it is for you today, something you hope to gain, someone you hope to dedicate it to, do it with all the love in the world. And be reminded of your intention each time your hands return to this posture. When you're ready, release your hands, keep your head bowed, and just gently let your chin go from shoulder to shoulder, slowly working our way through the neck. Keep the arms as relaxed as possible here. So we want to release whatever tension we can let go of. We carry the weight of our world in our shoulders with so much change, with so many maybe kids or job demands that we are now struggling to meet. We hold that energy in our neck and shoulders and just see what is no longer serving you. What of that can you let go of? So finish out like any sweet spots or go even out your sides. And when you're done, just return your head to center. Maybe take your gaze from side to side a couple of times. Feel your chin still gently tucking, just focusing on keeping the cervical neck long. So bring your gaze back and take a moment to grab your strap or whatever you scavenged at the beginning of class. We're going to re-root into our butts first and then bring your hands just a little bit less than shoulder width apart or shoulder width apart. So inhale, keeping the shoulders down, reach up. Feel them come down your back, away from your ears. Feel your spine in center line as long as you can. Feel the rooting down into the floor as you lengthen up through the crown of your head. And to intensify this, you can bring the hands closer together to kind of back off a little bit, arms spread farther apart. We're gonna pull the strap apart. As you exhale, roll the shoulders back, reach the elbows down to the sides and carry the strap behind your head. So with your breath, we're always pulling, but we're inhaling, rising up, and exhaling, stretching it apart. Imagine that you can actually rip whatever piece of fabric you're using. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Notice if you start to feel any quivering in either or both of your arms. I know I've been Netflix and chilling, so I am definitely super tight in my shoulders. That quivering, though, we want to encourage, it's your body kind of vibrating out new energy pathways for that prana to flow through. Good. So continue to strengthen your arms. Keep loose and grounded in your lower body. So if you feel like you're creating tension in your shoulders, maybe tune into your hips. See what you can do to relax there. Good, just a couple more. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Let your hands gently slide down the strap and release. Take a minute to just roll your shoulders backwards. See what you can mindfully let go of as well as allowing your body to do its thing. So we're gonna go a little wider this time. We want to be flexible with our placement on the strap, so feel free to slide it as you move through if you find a spot that works better for you. But about knee width distance apart if you're sitting like cross-legged. We're gonna inhale, really engage energy out through the arms and rise up. As you exhale, this is where you'll adjust. We're going to reach our arms behind us. So see, I went pretty wide on my strap. So it just flows through. Then we're gonna go the other way. Inhaling backwards and up. Exhaling, lowering down. So we're still giving the strap tension, making it as straight as possible, really energizing out through the arms. Always lifting, feel your belly supporting you as you move through. Allow your chest to expand naturally, break your heart free. Go with the flow of your own breath. You can always pause to catch back up. Good, now as we do it backwards, we're gonna take our gaze over to one side. So inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, take your chin to one shoulder. Good, keep it there as you move through. Take your gaze back to center as you lower. Inhale up, exhale, gaze to the other shoulder. Good, take your gaze back and release it down. A couple more rolls. Start to feel the differences in your shoulders. Begin to notice the tissue unweaving, loosening up. We're gonna keep it just about as wide as you started out with the last time. Inhale, reach your arms up. Take a minute to place the shoulder blades. And then we're gonna let one arm drop. So we really wanna radiate that energy out. And then exhale, let one arm drop slightly beneath or behind you. You can play around a little bit with its placement, but feel the stretch along the side of the top armpit. See if you can keep your hips and shoulders as square as possible. And also play around with the length of the strap here. Sometimes backing off a little bit, lets gravity do a little more of the work. Really be free here to explore. Lifting out through the arm, creating space for our lungs to breathe, for your breath to flow. Then inhale, come back up. Exhale, switch sides to the other way. And notice how your lungs are opening, how your rib cage is expanding. Imagine each little rib like a little accordion. Again, being flexible with your placement here, allowing yourself to make adjustments, make modifications to what you feel is right. Find what feels good in your body. Exhale, pull it down behind you, and release. Let your shoulders roll. So if your shoulders are super tight, we're gonna keep the strap, otherwise we'll clasp our arms behind us. If you're using the strap, just kind of throw it behind you and hike your other arm up to the strap. If you find you can easily clasp your hands, do that. Lift up through the top elbow. Use the placement of your hands against the back of your heart to press your hands into it, opening your lower shoulder out to the side. Feel your clavicles spreading open. Really breathe into your heart here. Each inhale to the heart chakra, each exhale to the fire center. Staying grounded in our hips, keeping them connected to the ground beneath us. With each exhale, asking what we can let go of, what we can release down into the earth. So now slowly, with a bunch of control, we're gonna spread our arms apart and kind of spiral them around. Reach out to the sides and then inhale, reach your hands away from each other. Feel yourself reaching the hands a little bit behind you, a nice stretch in the shoulders. And we're gonna find our way onto the other side. So if you need the strap again, just flinging it behind you and hiking your way up. If you're clasping your hands, we'll do that. Reach your elbows away from each other, shoulders lower. Press the back hand into the heart. Lift up through the chest. Feel the flower pot pelvis and see if you're still growing straight out of it. Good, now see what you can mindfully visualize yourself letting go of in your musculature. Get one last big breath out, and then with control, coming back, reaching the arms around, and then when you get there, out to the sides. You can lower your palms to the floor this time, pinkies reach back. And exhale from there, lower down. Keep your heart lifted. Take a minute to reconnect with your breath. Reconnect to the ground. Notice what you can let go of here. Good, deep breath in. We're gonna find our way onto our hands and our knees. So take a moment to clear your mat, and we want to align ourselves so our wrists are underneath, our shoulders are slightly in front of them. Our knees are underneath our hips or a little bit wider. We want to allow ourselves to really feel the ground here. Spread your hands out wide, really ground down through the fingers. Lift through that arch of your hand, the webbing between the thumb and pointer. And then just take a minute to kind of rock around. We've all been probably sitting or cleaning or having like bursts of productivity, but like if I'm being honest with you, I've been watching TV or napping. So take a minute just to circle around your hips. Maintain the connection to the ground, but let the joints move freely here. Anytime we lubricate the joints without too much muscle control, we're increasing the amount of synovial fluid or lubrication for the joints to move. So as you get some wiggles out and a little bit of movement started, we're going to come back to center. Feel your tailbone reaching away from your crown. Feel the whole back of your body grow long as your belly button comes in like a board to support your torso. Really press into the floor. Find direction or 4 directions of your movement. So even though we're sitting still here, we are pressing down into the floor. Our belly's lifting up to support our back, and we're stretching from our tailbone to the crown. Keep those movements and lines of energy as you inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart. Exhale, press into the floor to round inward. Use your breath to lead the movement here. See if you can make it one continuous thing, the movement arising and dissolving with the breath. And remember, this is your practice, so if you want to explore some more organic movement here with your breath, listen to your body. No one's watching you. We're all breathing with you doing this, but no one's here to judge. This is your practice. Make it your space. So take a couple minutes of love and then work your way back to center. We're going to press into the hands again, tuck the toes, and gently just kind of rock back and forth. Feel the feet stretching out a little bit. We're going to find the cow inhale. So lifting our heart, tailbone tilts up. Keep this line in your spine as you shift the hips back for downward facing dog. So feel your head and neck hang loose. Shoulders open as the armpits spiral in toward the heart. Hips lift up off the ribcage as you inhale. As you exhale, heart reaches toward the toes. So you can either take an option to stay in downward dog, or with an inhale, shift forward to plank, reaching through the heart and through the heels. Exhale, draw the energy back into the hips and shift to downward dog. So you can pick either one of these poses or join me to move breath to breath, inhaling to plank, exhaling downward dog. Find your own flow, your own speed. See how much of a continuous movement you can make this in your body. If you're still holding downward dog, feel free to twist and turn, explore the pose. And on your next breath out, we'll meet together in downward facing dog. Good. Take your deepest breath out and slowly walk your feet forward to the front of the mat. Rest in a forward fold. Feel your middle back releasing. Keep your knees slightly bent here. There's no need to push into our hamstrings just yet. Allow the stretch to move into the low back just by gently bending the knees. As you hang here, you can sway, you can clasp elbows. Just feel what you can release. Listen to the sound of your breathing. And connect your hands to the earth. Inhale, reach your heart up. Exhale, melt it forward, riding the wave back down. And then inhale, bend your knees, sweep all the way up to standing. Reach your hands together, heart up. Exhale, hands to the heart, and then down to the sides. So you guys can't see me, I need to tilt that camera. We're just gonna find our way onto our seats. We're gonna grab our strap again, but we're gonna come onto our backs. So take a minute to get comfortable. Same process as before. Really notice your connection to the earth beneath you, and whatever connects, see what around those spaces can be just let go of or dissolved. So let your feet fall about hip width distance apart here, and check in that the edges are parallel, knees pointed toward the ceiling. We want to think about our pelvic stability and low back strength here. So bring your belly button into your spine, and we almost want to feel the lumbar region of our spine flattening down to the ground. And we maintain that support through the strength of our center. So feel your belly really working with each breath to keep the low back safe. We're gonna start with one leg. So whichever leg calls to you first, your body will just do its thing. We're gonna wrap the strap around the arch of the foot. So check in with the tracking of your leg first. We want our toes to be pointed behind us. We're gonna keep the foot flexed, and imagine that even if your knee is bent, you're pressing energy out into your ceiling. So quickly, we're going to go side to side with the strap and just feel the heat generated on the arch of the foot, where our roots come out through our legs. And when you do feel that heat or that energy working, we'll slowly stop. We're going to kind of hike our way up onto the strap with a slightly bent leg. As we inhale, press energy out through the hands as you press into the strap. Exhale, draw the knee toward the chest. So find a movement, create your own level of resistance here. So this could be super easy or really strength building depending on what you bring to the table. Let how your body is feeling tell you what to do. And again, same thing here with the quivers. If you get shakes, see what you can do to stay loose and let it happen. Your body's doing the work for you there, so that's super cool. So keep the connection of your back to the earth. See if you can stay as relaxed as possible in your shoulders. Always listening to the sound of your breath. Good, and now as we inhale, we're gonna hold the stretch. So if you wanna make your strap a little more comfortable, you can hike up on it. Even though our leg is moving towards straight, if your knee is bent, just keep moving up through the heel. What we're gonna do is inhale, energize it a little straighter as you inhale. So press down into the hip, up through the heel. As you exhale, see if you can give a little bit more into gravity. So we're always playing at our edge here. We don't wanna push anything. We just wanna breathe into it and kind of ease in. So listen to the sounds of your breath as we hold these postures. Notice what muscles are impacted by it. Do you feel it in your hamstrings, your low back? If you are feeling it in your low back, bend your knee just a little bit more. Breathing deeply. And then slowly we're going to gather the strap into the same arm as leg that is stretched, and keeping the hips on the earth. So really plugging the belly down. We're going to open the strap out to the side. You can let your elbow root to the earth when you get to where you're going. Press the elbow into the floor to help contain you. And again, that same breath of energy, inhaling, reaching the legs straight, hugging the bone with the muscles, and exhale, still keeping that connection to the ground, a really firm rooting. See if you can make the back of your neck as long as possible. Shoulders also are reaching down into the earth. Good, slowly bring it back up. Switch sides, and we're going to cross the leg over the body. So this is important. Only go as far as you can keep your hips on the ground. And you can really generously back up off of the strap too. So again, here just breathing in, maintaining that tension of the strap against the arch of the foot. Keeping the roots grounded in the hip as you grow out of your heel. And then coming back to center, find your way back with your knee toward your chest, and then exhale, release the legs straight. Let the other leg come out, arms go wherever you feel. And just take a minute to notice the flow of energy through that leg. Notice the differences in the sides of your hips. Notice how your breath feels. So trying to keep that leg as relaxed as possible. We'll bring it back up. Feel your low back coming against the floor, and we're gonna move to the other side. So strap around the arch and then find a little heat. So again, we want to keep our knees and toes pointed in the same direction, which is directly behind us. Use your muscles, keep the foot flexed, protect the knee joint. Feeling that support of your belly. As you feel that heat, when you're ready, inhale, press into the strap, begin to straighten your knee. Exhale, reaching the knee to the chest. So find your own flow, your own speed, your own resistance here. Again, we're still rooting into the foot of the leg we just worked, but we want to keep it as relaxed and clear in terms of energy or any holding. So always rooting down. Tune into your jaw and face. Make sure you're relaxed there. They kind of get this movement off, so let them have their rest. Let your legs do the work. Good, and then move your leg to straight. So hugging the bones with your muscles, energize out through the heel, down through the hip. And with each breath, straighten as you inhale. Exhale, knee closer to the chest. And just notice you don't have to always move very far to make a huge difference. So as we just play at the edge of our easy limits, we create such a flow and such a natural opening. And that's where progress really happens for us. So collect the strap in the same arm as leg, keeping the hips glued to the ground. Slowly, with control, open the leg out to the side. You can use your other knee as leverage here to keep you balanced. Once you get there, let your elbow drop to the floor and go from there. So hips glued to the ground, inhaling, straightening. Let the toes point slightly downward here too. Feel your breath full, fluid, and unrestricted as you move. Or as we stay still, it's all really just the same. And then slowly pressing into the strap with control, moving back to center, swapping sides with your arms. And again here, this is so subtle. You barely have to move to really get a good stretch here. Keep that hip rooted, energy moving out through the heel. Listening to your breath slow. Coming back to center, reaching toward our chest one last time. And then exhale, releasing down. Let that leg straighten out. Let the other leg straighten out. Let the knees and toes spiral outward. And just feel your lower body. And we're gonna stay on the ground here because I think it feels really good. So we're gonna come into our half pigeon series. Bring one knee up. It doesn't matter what leg you wanna do first. Inhale the other leg straight. Find that lumbar connection. Cross the outer ankle over the top of the front knee. And reach through that hole. Lace your hands behind your thigh. And then as you breathe, start to move both legs towards your chest. Keep both feet flexed. And then that side knee wants to press forward. So if you want here, you can let your head and neck rock side to side. You can rock your hips side to side. Just find a little flexibility and fluidity in the pose. Make your practice your own. So keep with the breath, letting your energy exchange along with each inhale and exhale. On your next breath in, bring your knee or your front leg straight, stretching up through the hamstrings again. Keep that side knee reaching forward. Gently tick-tock, rooting one hip down and then the other. Make your way back to center. We're going to lower our foot to the floor. Open your arms out like a wing and then cross your legs like you're sitting in a desk chair. So give that dangling foot a couple ankle rolls to the side. We're going to drop both knees over this foot, so keep your shoulders against the ground and then flex your foot as your legs come over it. Take your gaze to the other side. Again, always making any adjustments in the pose. When you get to where you're going, root down into your arms and shoulders and let gravity do the work for your low body. So if you feel your body self-adjusting or making micro movements, really allow it to happen. Twists are really balancing. When we're anxious, they make us calm. When they're calm, they activate our nervous system. They kind of know what we need. As you move your breath along the spine, we're also massaging the nerve endings that connect to every single part of our body. So really feel your breath along the spine. Notice what part of your spine you can feel that stretch moving from, and bring your back arm to your back and give yourself a little bit of a massage. Dig your thumb in. See if just by a little self-care you can deepen your pose just a little bit or find some relief. So when you're done, take your time. We'll open our arm back up. Draw your belly button in as you come back to center. Uncross the legs, straighten your neck to look to the ceiling, and just lift your hips to neutralize the spine. Wiggle them out a little bit. And we'll find half pigeon on the other side, reaching up through the heel, crossing the ankle over, keeping the hips square to the edge of the mat. Lace them through. Flex the feet to protect the knee joints. And find whatever modification works for you. If you're feeling like you're not getting much of a stretch, you can use that elbow to press along the side knee to create leverage, or just feel into your breath. Again, a little flexibility in your neck and hips, making the pose your own. Good. And then as you work your way back to center, straighten your leg up, reaching through the heels. Feel the openness in the hamstrings that you just made through your strap. Gently tick-tock side to side, feeling the back ground down. Good. Lower your foot down to the earth. Open your arms out like wings and cross the leg all the way over. Give your dangling foot a few little ankle rolls and then prepare to twist over. So keeping the shoulders down. You can lift your heart up and adjust your arms out if that's easy, or press your hands into the earth. Feel your breath moving deeply. Imagine that your spine's like a washcloth, and with each breath in, you're filling it with the warmest water. And with each breath out, you're wringing it dry. Mindfully letting go of any tension that might be in the jaw, neck, or shoulders. Feeling your face relax. And slowly coming back to center, Uncross your legs, lift up your hips, Gucci them back and forth. Take a minute just to breathe here. Keep your arms open like wings. Drop the knees down to one side. So we're just letting gravity do all the work here. Breathing slowly. Feeling that subtle stretch along the top of our hip. really letting the breath expand and move the body. Inhale, press the back into the floor, knees up to the ceiling. Exhale, down to the other side. Same deal here. The less work you do, the more you're getting done. Listen to your breath. Feel it moving through the back of your throat. Start to slow it down. Inhaling the knees back to center. We're going to hug the knees into the chest. Really give yourself a big hug here. Close your eyes if you can. Just rock side to side, feeling the back move against the earth. Use gravity to give you a massage. And as you hug yourself, just acknowledge yourself for your practice and showing up today. You could literally be doing anything else. And you chose self-care, which is a huge win. As you move back to center, just lift your legs straight up, reaching through the heels, plugging the hips down. Press the hands into the quadriceps. Reach the quadriceps back with the hands. Let your head and neck rock side to side. Then come back to center. We're going to move to happy baby. So if you want, grab the ankles or the outer edges of your feet, or use your peace-giving fingers to hook the toes. Whatever feels good today. We're just going to let the knees drop toward our armpits. You can keep it still or gently rock your baby side to side, finding a little more movement in the hip sockets. Then either stay here, or if you want, start to straighten your legs out to the sides, reaching the toes down to the ground. And again, find movement in your neck if you find you're creating tension. Just create length in the back of the neck. Good, so with control, we're going to draw our legs together. If they're in happy baby, just bring them together. Hug the knees in one last time. Take a moment to congratulate yourself and prepare yourself for the most important pose of yoga, which is Shavasana. Great job, you guys. Extend your legs out to the bottom corners of the mat. Create as much space in your spine as you can. Feel your shoulders coming underneath your heart. Palms reaching up toward the ceiling or sky. Allow your head and neck to be extensions of the spine, feeling the neck growing as long as possible. As you breathe here, notice how the breath feels in your body. Notice what spaces in your body you can still let go of, what you can still sink down into the mat. Let each breath fill you completely with a healing energy. Let each breath out be a release, a chance to clear space, to create room for what is to come, for the flexibility of the weeks ahead. As you tune into the space in your breath where you feel that temperature, feel that wind move in your nostrils, be mindful of that breath as your connection to the rest of the world. It's as simple as our soul state of being, that we are connected, we are one, we are in this together. We can all support each other in different ways, but we can't support each other when we are not supported. Feel the support of your yoga mat, feel the support of the earth beneath you, but most importantly, feel the support of your heart. What is already within you is already pure, light, and free. So as you move through the coming weeks, ask yourself, what can I leave here? What's no longer serving me? What can make room for something better? When you're ready, we're gently going to raise the right hand up to our shoulder and roll off into the fetal position on our right side. So we do this to help balance our blood pressure, feel grounded in a different way so we don't leave the mat all spacey. Not that we're driving anywhere or anything. Feel yourself sinking down. As you lay here in this position where you began your journey in your mother's womb, know that each breath, each moment is an opportunity to reset, to restart, and recommit. So acknowledging your intention from the beginning of class and knowing that whatever your intention or goal was, it's already so. Take a moment here on your mat before we rise to set an intention for the rest of the day. What qualities will you move with? How will you meet the world around you? How will you respond to change? As you breathe into the strength of your heart and the strength of your center, commit to that intention as you slowly, letting the head and neck be the last things to engage, rise up into a comfortable seated position. So take a moment, feel the earth beneath you. Feel yourself connecting down and rising up. Steady your gaze or keep your eyes closed. Feel your breath move you. Allow yourself to be moved by your breath. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart, connecting with your intention, your purpose, your true self. Gently opening the eyes. Thank you guys so much for sticking through this with me. I look forward to releasing more in the coming days, but I appreciate you for sharing your time, your space, and your practice with me. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Hopefully see you tomorrow.